Hi, everyone. It's Sandy, and I will not have a Wednesday Reads episode today, mainly because I haven't read anything that would qualify for Wednesday Reads this week. So I don't know how often I'll do those. We'll see. It depends on how everything fits into my reading plans, because I do really like that series. So what I'm going to do today is answer the questions that people ask me as part of my 200 subscriber book haul birthday extravaganza video, and also add in one thing about me, which is how I read so much, because I had a couple of comments back and forth about it in a live chat recently. So I thought I would talk about that a little bit. And if you can hang out with me long enough or listen to me talk about myself for the first bit, I am going to be giving away 2 books at the end of this video. So hopefully you hang out and can put up with me talking about myself for the next few minutes. So for the Q&A, the one thing is, when I did that video, was not clear that people needed to put comments in the description. No, that's backwards. I was not clear that people should put their questions in the comments. Some people thought I meant I was going to do a live chat, and some people did ask me questions in the comments, which thank you so much for that. But yeah, I was not super clear, and that's my fault. I was waffling about whether or not I was going to do a Q&A. I am personally not ready to do a live Q&A or host my own live session. So maybe someday, but I'm sure I'll do another Q&A in the future, so you won't miss out on asking me questions. So, but for the first part of this, which is how do I read so much? I did want to talk about that just a little bit, because I do read a lot. And I also do read very, very quickly. And that is just something, depending on the material, will depend on how fast I read something. Something like a textbook, something that like the Book of Disquiet, it's going to take me a while, and I have to really go slowly. So what I try and do is set a number of pages that I read every day. And that is usually between 100 and 150. So some of the books that I read are very short, which means I might read them in a day. But I also have the ability, or the problem, I guess, of being an early riser. I cannot sleep usually past 6. It doesn't matter which day of the week it is. 6 o'clock, I'm up. Some days it's at 5. And my house is incredibly quiet at 5 in the morning. My husband is not up. We do not have kids at home. So I have a good 2.5 hours every morning that is just dedicated to reading and spending time either catching up on BookTube. So I consistently will read between 100 and 150 pages a day, just during the Monday through Friday. I am fortunate that I work from home. I don't have a commute anymore. So I have a very nice luxury of being able to spend that morning time just consuming books. And it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I know I'm very, very lucky to be able to have that. So if I read at the high end of that, it's 750 pages just in the 5 days. On the weekend, my brain will not let me sleep in. Just doesn't happen. I, again, am up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and on the weekends, my husband doesn't get moving until much later, around 10-ish. And so I usually have about 5 hours on Saturday and Sunday to just really kind of, again, just read. And so that is largely how I read so much, is just that I have some definite dedicated time, and I usually try and read a set number of pages. And I may read from multiple books at a time. If you do follow me on Goodreads, you will see when I add a book, I do keep the page counts updated as well in there, so you can see how I'm progressing and kind of see how I work my way through that amount of pages every day. So yeah, that's basically it. There's no real secret other than I have a lot of free time. So as far as the questions that other people ask me, the first one is from Aaron Facer, and he asks, is there a specific way you categorize your books? And if so, what do you think it says about you? I don't have one other than it is on my 1,001 book list, or it's not. That's pretty much it. I don't have any organization to my bookshelf either, other than I can't have it be too messy. If it's too messy, then my brain doesn't like it and I have to reorganize it, which I did recently. At some point, I'll show a picture of this bookshelf when I started BookTube compared to now. And it's changed quite a bit. Oh well. But yeah, I don't really have one. And what does it say about me? my brain, that's just kind of how my brain works. Yeah, I'm not the most, I don't know. I don't put things in boxes like that or categorizations like that. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Moon Poem asks, what's your favorite dessert? Cheesecake. And plain cheesecake. I don't want fancy cheesecake. I don't want flavored cheesecake. I don't want cookies and cream or caramel. I want plain New York cheesecake. I don't even want strawberry sauce on it. I just want plain cheesecake. Yeah, I really do like cheesecake. So AJ Dunn reads and writes, asked a few questions. So the first one is, have you traveled outside the U.S.? Where have you visited? I have traveled quite a bit outside the U.S. We are very, very fortunate that we have family overseas in Europe, and it makes it very, very accessible to travel to Europe because we have a free place to stay. So my husband and I have traveled all over. We have been all over Switzerland, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal. Yeah, it is our favorite place to go visit. Before COVID happened, we were traveling about twice a year because it's very, very affordable if all you have to do is pay for your plane ticket and then expenses while you're there. So we are very, very lucky about that. We have traveled a little bit to Asia. So we've been to Tokyo and Beijing. But yeah, and Paris is my favorite city in the entire world. I think I've been there 3 or 4 times now. So, and hopefully we'll be able to go back soon because we would love to go visit family over there. So we'll see. Fingers crossed that it's going to be in the fall. Second question is, besides reading and kayaking, what hobbies, interests do I have? So I am very much an outdoor person. I hike, bike, kayak, paddleboard, swim, ski, snowshoe. I've been on multi-day backpacking trips, multi-day kayaking, camping trips. I go on a camping trip with my friends every summer. And that is the main thing that I like to do. I also, know how to knit, crochet, basic crochet. I also have a loom, which I think I showed a little bit of a couple weeks ago as well. And then spending time with friends and family. I have some very, very close friends that are wonderful, wonderful, crazy people. And we are fortunate that we get together quite often. So those are the main things. Yeah. But anything outdoors. Yeah. Scuba, certified scuba, pretty much anything. I'm up for at least once. I've been whitewater rafting. Yeah. Pretty much anything. Pretty much. Almost. I think. Maybe. I'm sure there's stuff I won't do. Anyway, if you could do anything and money was no object, what would it be? Well, so I have been really fortunate pre-COVID, unfortunately, to be able to volunteer with an organization in the Pacific Northwest that helps people with physical or mental disabilities get outside. And so it has been one of the most rewarding things I have ever gotten to do. I participated in multiple kayaking sessions where you're in a boat with someone who just has such a love for being outside and maybe wouldn't be able to without your help. And it has absolutely been one of the best things I've ever done. And if I could do something like that full time, I absolutely, without a doubt, would. It is 100% if I didn't have to worry about, paying our mortgage, that, yeah, absolutely. It would be something along those lines, volunteering, helping people get outside, giving back a little bit. So Cozy Reading with Quaker Cat said, if you could meet any author, live or dead, who would it be? I'm going to have to go with Agatha Christie, just because I like her books so much and would love to just learn a little bit more about her. So yeah, I think I'll go with Agatha Christie. So the last question is from Larry Has Opinions, and I saved it for last on purpose because it confuses me. I love it so much. If you don't know Larry's channel, he's wonderful and definitely is one to be fun to joke around with. So, but Larry has asked, if you were on a desert island and could only pick between unlimited Spotify forever or 5 and only 5 books, which would you pick? I just have so many questions. If I have Spotify, does that mean I have a device? If I have a device, do I get to pick the playlist? How do I keep the device charged? And if it's a device, can I call out? Can I get rescued? Can I get audiobooks on Spotify? I don't actually know. Maybe I can. And how long am I going to be on the desert island? Forever? Because 5 books for me is not that much time, especially I have nothing else to do. Am I overthinking this question? Probably. But yeah, I'm going to have to say, especially if I have a device or a way to charge a device, I'm going to have to probably say the Spotify side, but I'm still confused how I could be on a desert island and have all of that. So anyway, that is actually the end of the actual questions. So again, I do apologize to people who were confused about where to put questions. But I'm sure I'll do another one at some point. So now for the really fun part, which is the book giveaway. I do have 2 books for you. This one is actually a current release from this year, which is While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. So I did this as a buddy read with Gina Stanier, and she and I had a lot of fun talking about this book. Neither one of us have provided the final feedback, even though we finished this now over a week and a half ago. And that says a little bit about kind of how we felt about this book. I felt like it put a lot of stuff in it. And for me, even the book talks about it at one point where they're like, really seriously, another thing. So for me, it wasn't my favorite book. But I would love to give this to someone. So if you're interested in While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams, please put a comment and let me know. If I have more than one person interested in this book, I will either do my, super sophisticated paper draw out of a bowl, or I'll figure out how to do a wheel. Yeah, I'm not that sophisticated right now. So it's almost like the paper is less work. Because it depends on how many people would like a chance to win this book. You will have to obviously be able to give me an address. So if you are selected, or if you're the lucky winner of the book or want this book, you'll need to email me and give me information on where I can send it to. But that's the first one, Stacey Abrams, While Justice Sleeps. So the second one is one I just finished. It was actually published in 2013. And the book is The Humans by Matt Haig. So I picked this book for my coworkers book club for this month. And I loved the beginning of this book. I thought the concept was really clever. I loved how the character kind of is introduced and some of the stuff they go through. And really, really funny beginning. Somewhere around the middle, it lost me a little bit. So I would love to send this to someone who has wanted to read this book and maybe just hadn't purchased it yet, and see what you think about it. So again, let me know in the comments if you're interested in The Humans by Matt Haig, and I will send it to whoever the lucky winner is if there's more than one person. So those are the 2 books, and I think that's it for today. I will be back this weekend with 1001 Book Countdown, which is going to be for Reading Europe 2021, and specifically my Italy book, or I should say Italy books, because unfortunately Switzerland did lose to Italy, and I have like a little, not drama, but confusion around what book I was supposed to read, or what book I was going to read. So I'll talk about that this weekend. And I think with that, I'm going to let everyone go. Hopefully you stuck around and found out what books there were. And until next time, everyone, thanks. Bye.